I'm peeking around here as the disco ball is turning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we? It is now Friday. Didn't that week pass by really fast? Good morning from Nix. Welcome to your neighborhood love dealer. Let's get started because, I rolled out of the bed to I don't know, a lot of stuff, a lot of information, just like all the time. So, thank you, Father God, for allowing me to express the things that I need to express. How are we? And happy morning. Happy morning. April is over. May is approaching. It is Taurus season. This is the time to get everything right, your pocket straight, get your mind right, get your body right, get your diet right, because summer is right around the corner. We're going to be having grills and cookouts and concerts and shows and things of that nature and pop-up shops. So everybody wants to get their gears together. Make sure you have your vision board. Make sure you know what you're going to do as far as your resources. Make some plans for the kids. Start now, budgeting now, those sort of things, so that you don't have to wait until last minute. Start getting those trips looked at and researched and things of that nature. Um, if you're a girl who knows, start packing now. I don't care if it takes you 6 months to pack. At least you won't be rushing at the last minute. Even though us women, and I'll put myself in there, will find something to be rushing about at the last minute. Me, myself, I always leave a few things out, and at the last minute, those are my pleasures. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Oh, what a wonderful time to be alive. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Friday. Today is May the 1st. It's May the 1st, and we're here. Hopefully, everybody's doing your monthly rituals. Maybe you're checking your statements. You're making sure you're going through your bank docs. All sorts of fun things the first of the month, right? Like bills and things of that nature. Yeah, get that done because someone's paying attention, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, this coffee is amazing this morning. Hopefully, you're feeling amazing too. Let's get it. Let's get it because we got things to do. Afternoon for you. Well, good day, Mike. Good day. Noon to you. Noon to you. All right, all right, all right. Maybe you should get some ashwagandha or a bit of lemon balm to get you through the other half of your day because some of us are just getting started. And the color is green. There's no color more versatile than the color of green. Okay, maybe I'm lying. Brown is too. Brown is versatile. Green is so versatile. Red is versatile. It's a lot of color. Well, we're going to say shades and tones, all right? But green is just it's so many extremes to green, isn't it now? So many. And they exist all at the same time, and all of them are beautiful, but they're ugly to some at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so the energy I've got is somebody's going to find out that there are quite a few spiritual hermaphrodites around, right? And this is how you understand what I'm saying. See, these people come off masculine to some and feminine to others. It all depends on what they need and the benefit that they're trying to get. So you have to pay attention because someone out in these spiritual streets is trying to do love spells on people and they're trying to redirect the divine feminine's love life by way of keeping her out of the way so that they can take over all of the divine masculines. I'm saying it, I'm saying it. The karmics are getting ready to attack in full force. There's going to be a lot of flesh and neck flying around here because they need to be in an ideal situation so that they can have someone budget out the outfit of the day, or maybe the salad of the day, or the brunch of the week, depending on whose social circle they plan on crashing at the moment. So you have to see that there are some people who are straddling the fence because they have not yet figured out which way they want to be or which way pays the best. Look, there are some people who are just paying for the performance. They're not really actually fluidly sexual at all. They're fluidly, yeah, it's all about the bread, babe. They don't really care whose bed they're in as long as they don't have to pay for it. So it'd be best for you to use your discernment. But, some people out here like nasty people. It doesn't have anything to do with sexuality. It has something to do with getting off in the carnal nature of such a person. Now, those people are tethered to the flesh, and the flesh loves instant gratification, be it a nice climax or a good endorphin boost that comes from being the life of the party for any amount of time, even though it is very superficial, or being able to purchase something that means absolutely nothing. It's just the high you get from being able to do it when nobody else can. And we have a lot like that. Say yay for the narcissistic personality disorder that is definitely taken over the world. But we're going to be quiet because what a narcissist doesn't like is to be called out. I'm sorry. Are you sleeping, narcissist? I can't help it. You got to get rest. You got to get more energy so that you can wake up and con somebody else out of their peace. Blessed be you. Let's get on with it because I want to take this freaking scarf off. It's making me think of South Park. Who in the hell killed Kenny? Again. Remember, he was a spirit guide too, and they didn't pay him a lot of mind. You see how much abuse Kenny went through? It's enough to make you hide. So let's get on with Psalms 5 and let's keep going. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, my God. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning. O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Whoa. Cast them out of the multitude of their transgressions. There's that word. It showed up before it was time. Oh God. For they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. Wilt thou compass him as with a shield? Here we go. Here we go. So I don't know if you want to do this yourself, but this was Psalms 5. It started off a little light, but it got a little sticky as we went ahead, right? So we were speaking of leasing, and then we were speaking of the mouth. Okay, so here we go with the Hierophant group. There's a Hierophant group that actually is very good at manipulating situations and making people look the other way while they do their thing, okay? And this actually points toward trafficking, honestly. So someone is actually trying to coerce or coordinate someone's or a few divine feminines being taken off the scene. They're trying to coordinate some trafficking. They want to switch out the divine feminines with karmics. Because if you remove some of the precious creatures from the spot, the divine masculines can't find them. So they'll have to purchase the karmics. And this is the way the world wants to work. They want to move the women who will nurture the world out of the way and replace them with karmics because karmics raise the price. Karmics are never satisfied. And if they can keep the karmics, then the karmics will justify why the men are so battered and abused, and then the men could justify why they're battering and abusing the women, but then you can't defend those women because they're karmics and maybe they did something to deserve it. So if they keep having the divine feminine out here, eventually one of the divine masculines will find her, and then they won't fight, and then they won't quarrel, and then somebody might wake up and say, hey, look, divine feminine and divine masculine are over there loving on each other. And here we are justifying throwing blows and beating each other and abusing each other. I don't want to do this with you anymore. I want to go and find the divine feminine. But the problem is, if there's only one or two divine feminines, that starts another fight. That starts more triangulation. So the more they get rid of the divine feminine, the more fights, the more quarrels, the more fires, the more war. Let's be real. The reason why these things are starting is because there are not enough divine feminines to call it quits, to get fed up, to raise and nurture, to deter, to cause pause, to give information. No, 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 no. The karmics would not allow that. And the karmics are definitely hermaphrodites in the spirit, because they can easily go from masculine to feminine and feminine to masculine, but they cannot balance the two at the same time. Because if they should ever find a balance, they'll realize that this karmic life is not what it's propped up to be. Rainstorms come, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds on my window, and I can't see at all. I wonder if I could, it would all be bad with a picture on my wall, which reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Dido. Somebody's being really depressed because of this. This is nearly taking me out here. Somebody's really, really, really depressed because of it, because someone is actually starting to realize that maybe they have lived a karmic life for quite some time, and they're not as balanced as they like to pretend to be, as much as they project to be. But the problem is they've lived this life for so long. How can they change it? So they're going to quickly come out of the misery. See, this is how they do it. They get depressed for a moment because they really, really want to not be a karmic, but then they realize that this is how they survive. So they don't really want to change it either. So this is how you get those personalities. You get a person who appears to want to change, but then they don't. They don't. They just put the appearance of change in front of your face so that maybe you could assist them in the scandalous thing that they're going to ask you to assist with. And sometimes people really don't know. They really do not know, okay, that a person is tricking them into helping them doing some things that they should not be doing. And it's really easy to hide a spiritual thief, especially when a person thinks that they can trust them, and a person is very quick to use disarming tactics, like coming in as a friend, coming as a family or a trusted member, okay? Or doing things to mirror a person's likeness so that they feel as though we're just alike. So you're just helping a common soul. There are things that you just should not go into agreement with. I don't care how similar you are. Are you really similar inside? Let me give you an example. These three things existed at one time. I remember I had I won't even call him an ex because we weren't even official. We were seeing each other, and I think he thought that I was deeper in than I was. But it was just something about him that just, it didn't quite do. It didn't do. It was like Luther Vandross's S curl. It didn't quite juice up the way it was supposed to juice up. It just didn't. So here's the thing, right? I'm big into skin care and things of that nature. So I had some beets. We had beets in the house, right? I had beets. And I'm big into aesthetics. So he gives an idea, right? He's like, oh, you could use beet juice to put on your face. So in his mind, he's getting me to do something stupid, right? In his mind, he thinks that it's stupid because he doesn't understand that I don't really say everything that I know. I just let people go with what they know. So he's in his mind, he's like, oh, she's stupid. She's gonna let me rub this stuff on her face. Now, this is the one POV. This is the one point of view. I'm stupid. I'm gonna let him rub stuff on my face because I'm unassuming and I trust him. This is what we both think in the same room. He's saying I trust him to rub some shit on my face. I'm saying I trust him to rub some shit on my face. Boom. We're an idiot together, right? Boom. So in my mind, this is happening at the same time. I believe in antioxidants and exfoliants. So you're rubbing beet juice on my face is me getting a antioxidant mask. I know about antioxidants and exfoliants, so I'm doing this. Now, I'm going to give you the third perspective. Now, in his head, on the inside, even though on the outside of him, he's laughing because he's like, she's an idiot. She's letting me do what I want. On the inside, he's picturing the red juice as an actual demonic practice. You see how three things existed at one time? That's triangulation. And this is how people triangulate you. They get more than two. It takes more than one. They get more than two. They get a bunch of different ideas just spinning around in their head. The thing about it is for you to be very secure in what you know about what's going on. In his head, it might have been a demonic ritual, but that was true for him. So he's bonded to the devil that was in his head. Because in my head, I remember to keep my head maintained on the fact that I was getting an antioxidant mask. I was getting a facial by an idiot who thought he was doing nastiness to me. But all in the same room, he thought I was an idiot and I thought he was an idiot. So you see how all those thoughts existed at the same time while one thing was happening. So be very clear and also know the thoughts of the people doing things to you. After he did that, I never let him do that again because he was laughing so hard. Like he was real cheeky for the rest of the day. And I was like, this is a fucking idiot. So I let him take his 2 pairs of pants that he had there. And he kept saying, why do you keep putting my stuff in the car? It's not like why do you keep acting like that? I'm like, oh, cause just in case you decide not to come back, you got your shit with you. You don't knock on my door randomly. So of course I knew he was going to go and try to tell Boomy and all those other people that I was cheating and I was doing this, but you're tricking no one. You're trying to sex traffic me so that you could pay for some stuff for your family because you don't actually have a job. These people are being taken care of by your money that you're making by selling all the women that you could try to trick out of their spot. And I was so happy when you latched onto my ex supposed to be friend. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Y'all is more alike than I am. You're not selling anything on my body. And it was crazy when he got the rest of the hood to try to recruit into this. You sold these little stupid ass children around here a big old story, not knowing that you were going, if you were not trustworthy to me and your own niece, because you did put your niece in it too. And that's why your niece don't like you, because you actually had her messing with your boyfriend. Yes, I said it. He had his niece messing with his boyfriend. So to keep his boyfriend in close proximity, he was willing to let his niece mess with his boyfriend to keep his boyfriend close. This is how sick this bastard was. And this is why I had no problem letting him go. So anybody like to step up and get to him next, have at it. Just don't send that ninja back to me. I get the laugh. But the kicker was when he decided to work with the family and they decided that they was going to rub their hands like a bunch of crickets and go in with it. He taking y'all down too. I'm so sorry. That man has no loyalty to anyone, not even himself. He wants to see the world burn. Unfortunately, I have about at least 3 exes that really want to see the world burn. If they can't have me, they would love to see the world burn and they don't care who they take down with them. So so much of you wanting to be part of something. Cause I don't need no distractions. All I need is Jesus. I don't need no distractions. All I need is Jesus. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, yeah. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, yeah. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, yeah. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, hey. Woo, I prayed that ninja away. I was so glad. So, we've got the Astro Matrix decks out here. Boom, 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 boom. First thing in the morning. I'm so warm. I'm so warm. Is somebody warm or somebody is getting hot in here? Not taking off these clothes. I'm not getting that hot. I'm not taking these clothes off. So somebody's a dang lust demon. Oh gosh, calm down. Go take a cold shower. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh boy. Rest in heaven, Jennifer. I remember I had a cousin named Jennifer, and everybody kept saying she was crazy. I wonder why. It's starting to be a pattern. It seems like everyone that everybody started saying, oh, well, you can't, I don't know, they just passed away. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway. Hey, hold up. I just seen something. Hold up. I left it downstairs. I'm not going to go get it right now. All right. That's okay. I see you around town and I know you owe me. You want to be a rock star real bad. Show me front to feed. But the price angel numbers lead to me. Had you hidden in the basement of your insecurities. You couldn't fight warfare praying to a deity. But my crown been forged and I'm who I'm supposed to be. The talk is cheap. You can't be no kin to me. And yes, it is that deep. You can't pass no policy. I ain't letting nothing slide. It's a principality. You only beating that horse because the horse is dead to me. You're only beating the horse because the horse is dead to me. That means that somebody keeps trying to rehash something that is no longer viable or nobody cares. It's old news. Why are you still pulling it up? All right. Somebody's beating a dead horse to death. All right. Might as well go on and eat it for a turn. Oh, brother, where art thou? Remember when he was like, when he said, you stole that from my kinfolk. He said, well, he was going to snitch on us. He said, but you look like you stole that before he done snitched on us, which means that man was already a thief before anybody had realized. It's just that he tried to justify it after they got snitched on. I don't know who need to hear that. Oh, brother, where art thou? Was a lesson upon lesson upon lesson upon lessons. It was teaching you about how being around people, listening to what they saying, double talking, paying attention, keeping your eye on the prize. You know what I'm saying? Karma. It was just extremely a lot of lessons in that movie. Oh, brother, where art thou? George Clooney. I used to have an affinity for older guys, not so much anymore. I don't really, it really takes an amazing man. I'm not going to loop everybody in because everybody's different. And, I should leave every experience to its own, right? And let it be very original and special in its own. But the thing about that is, I remember that the George Clooney's, the Sean Connerys, and things of that nature, they were distinguished men, but you don't know who people are beyond the films. That's what you don't know. And they say you should really never meet your heroes because the illusions will be shattered, right? Here we are. So now we got the Page of Cups. Someone is drowning in emotions. Boy, boy, boy. And then we've got the Ace of Swords, which is mental clarity. So no one's there with you, but you're heartbroken because you're alone in these emotions. So someone is feeling very, very abandoned in their emotions. They feel very isolated in their emotions of lots of heartbreak. And it's the Libran energy. So we're going to start from Libra. I don't know why Libra is in heartbreak, but boy, boy, boy. This looks like somebody's body parts are hurting. This lady is at the bottom of the ocean talking to a fish. So someone's been using the marine spirits, been using the mermaid spirits. Somebody's been using. So someone needs to do research on Yemiya and Mamiwata. They're marine spirits, right? That marine deities, I would say, and they work well with illusions, mirror magic, things of that nature. And they do a lot of shape shifting. I know you've seen the Little Mermaid. I know you've seen Ursula. I know you've seen a lot of things, right? Because there are small little divots everywhere. They give us truth everywhere. So what says that this was a fishy offer given to someone and they didn't have the mental clarity, but I guess someone did have the mental clarity that there was going to be a heartbreak or at least an STD given. So someone is definitely thinking about the fishy offer that they took and now they're getting mental clarity about where this disease or where these symptoms came from. And this is in Libra. We got the Three of Swords. This is the only three. Someone needs to go to God because only God can help navigate this situation and bring some restoration. And it's not the end of life, it's just the end of the way you were handling life. Someone needs to know that this isn't the end, this is just the beginning of a different type of life. I wouldn't wish those things on anyone. However, if you are dealing with it, you need to know that there are people who are living with much worse. You can get through this. It's just now you know you have to make different decisions in life. You need to take your medicine and you need to seek treatment as much as you need to seek counseling. At this time, it's very pivotal, especially if you have family members that love you or if you have fat kids or things of that nature that you need to take care of. You need to go about your mental health in a different way. Yes, it is damaging. It is damaging to change your life and have things altered in your life the way you know it, especially if you felt as though you could live the way you wanted to live the way without consequences. Sometimes consequences have to happen in order to stop you from making another person go through consequences. And sometimes God has to make an example out of someone, especially if there are people that are watching you and taking advice from you. Sometimes God will let you come into a person's life so that they can actually actively watch you go from being a good person to watching you actively turn yourself into a bad person so that it could see that there was an opportunity for you to turn back. Sometimes you came into somebody's life to be a bigger lesson than what you planned on being. There was an opportunity for you to learn the lesson. However, you did bypass it. That doesn't make you a bad person altogether, but it does make you bad to you toward yourself. You have to start guarding your temple. And unfortunately, for some of us, you have become now the example to someone to not do the same exact thing that you did. Your story and your testimony is still important. Someone needs to know what mistakes you made so that they don't do it. And it would be good for you to use your situation as a teaching moment, not a moment of weakness. I do understand there is stigma around. You may not feel like you can go on, but there are some people that are dealing with the exact same thing that you are dealing with, but they are not dealing with it the way that you are dealing with it. So please seek help and support and stop the self destruction. Health is from the head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and way back up. But in the inside is where it really counts. So I don't know who needs to hear this. We're in Libra. This is the Libra reading. We got the Page of Cups, which is deep emotion, deep in thoughts. All right. Thinking about the offers, thinking about What was good about the offer? What was fishy about the offer? What could have been done different? Did I smell anything? Did I see anything different? Did I smell anything different? Did I feel anything different? Did I hear anything different? What was it? Right? And then we got the mental clarity. That's the crown, the mental clarity, the sword. It's cutting through the rift, the raft, the illusions, right? The smoke is clearing away. Somebody is coming into realization that this really ain't the way they really want it to go. And that's okay to make a mistake. But when it becomes a pattern, it's not a mistake. This is a life choice. But you also can do something else too with your life. You can choose to stop and you can choose to change and you can also choose to teach so that someone else doesn't fall into the same fate that you have. Okay. So that was for Libra. Hopefully this helps. Okay. All right, let's go. Wow. I didn't know I was going to get straight into it like that. But like I said, it's a hermaphrodite situation, a spiritual hermaphrodite. Is not so much as on the outside appearance as it is on the inside. Some people just don't know how to function. So they're constantly going from one energy to the next, one energy to the next. I'm weak here. I'm strong here. I'm dominant here. I'm failing here. I'm limerence here. I'm focused here. I'm this and they're all over the place. So it creates a fragmented existence. And when you become fragmented like that, you become stuck. And it's like, for those of you who know about the Baphomet and what it symbolizes, when you get caught in that thing, see, God wants you to be able to balance your energies, but He does not want you to balance your energy in confusion. And you see, when people explain the Baphomet, they try to make it a black and white thing, but no, when you see it, it is indeed a symbol of confusion. It's a symbol of too much fluidity to where you can't even tell. And God is not the author of confusion. This is why when you come out, you are either deemed this or that. And this is what happens when a person gets spiritually hemmed up as a hermaphrodite. I can see some people actually come out with confusing body parts. And that is also something that we need to start paying attention to. This is something that we also need to educate ourselves on as to why a person would come out physically with these elements, because we already know people spiritually already have these elements. Why is it manifesting in the physical? This is what we need to research. We don't have an answer for it right now. But what we do know is things usually start off in the 5D before they start showing up more prevalent in the 3D. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio. We're making hard decisions. Sometimes we got to make them in blind faith. Okay. All right, Scorpio, let's go. You want to see something fun? Something that I did with Alex back in January of 2026. Look, this was our homework assignment we did. And I want to read this because this picture has a reading in it. Yes, I drew this. But we did good. Alex did the coloring and I did the drawing and we did a very good job together. Yeah, I think I do pretty good at art. Okay, so Scorpio, we got the King of Swords. We have a head over heart decision in Scorpio. So someone's definitely making a head over heart decision in Scorpio. The cards are flying everywhere. So Scorpio, you're trying, you're flailing, but you're trying. Okay, so let's get it in. Ma'am, sir, ma'am. We got the Page of Swords and the Hanged One. The only thing we have out here is 12, which is God again, which is 3. So there's stagnation right now in the head. Somebody, and I told you, look at this energy. I'm telling you. How can you be dominant and on the on the throne one day? All of it is swords, right? So there is no heart. All of this is strategic cutthroat energy. Someone wants to be dominant and someone wants to be fresh. Someone wants to present fresh ideas, but you see how this outfit is just, there's a lot going on. Where this person is definitely masculine. This just has a lot going on. I can never say if this is a man or a woman. So this must be old age, old school. This is how they want to show up. But this is new age, how the new one, this is how they want to show up in the new age. Very confusing. This is how they used to show up. This is how they want to show up. Now we're in stagnation because someone definitely has to figure out their sexuality. It's a trine sign. It's a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Somebody's polyamorous, not because they want to, is because they can't figure out whether they want man, woman, or both. And some will just say they want both because that's laziness and they don't want to choose, which means that their partner always has to figure out who they woke up with from time to time, moment to moment. Very confusing. Very confusing. So Scorpio is giving out an energy. I don't know why this energy. I don't know if it's like a Libra Scorpio cusp or something like that. But someone comes off like this. This is how they really, really exist. And this is a stagnation in their life. Somebody's life is held up. Somebody's life is jacked up, held up, messed up because they cannot pick whether they like men or women. They can't choose. They don't want to choose. They would like to have it all because to choose would be to hurt somebody and they want to please everybody. Can't be happening. It can't happen. They're not even pleased. Someone is so jacked up in life that they can't even be happy and they have all these options. They just selfish is all I could say. I got Libra, Scorpio cusp, but this is a Scorpio reading, but that was the Libra in the back. And all I'm getting is confused sexuality and fragmented sexual energy. Someone does not know where they fall on the map. So they are willing to confuse everyone in pursuance of just getting a nut off. I'm going to suggest you wear a few condoms and go to the doctors all the damn time because this person cannot be trusted. Sometimes they are convinced they are a man. Sometimes they are convinced they are a woman. Sometimes they are convinced they are both. Which means that they would also pursue a room and where other people acted like that. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, Scorpio. So there are no other numbers because this is what showed up. This. And the stagnation, the hangman. So somebody definitely needs to go in within themselves and figure it out because as you grow older, you're going to get more lonelier and you're going to get more nastier, especially if people aren't willing to meet you where you are. And if you're meeting people that are like you, it's even more fragments. You're talking about people just pushing, pulling against each other's will and principalities. It's too much flesh, too much carnage. Yeah, go within and try to buckle down. Try something consistently for a few years while being transparent because someone's starting a shitstorm within their life and they're trying to pass it along to other people who are not in shitstorms. You're trying to make people define what you are when you don't even know what you are. And that is unfair. You want people to make you be straight, or you want people to make you decide to be gay. You just don't want to be the one to make the decision. If this ain't a damn Libran type of situation, because they never want to decide. They just want to please everybody so that they don't have to decide. And that's their justification. So irritating. All right. So that was a Libra Scorpio reading, but definitely Libra and then Scorpio. I'm getting out of here and I'm going to Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm going over there to Sagittarius because at least they, well, let's get over there before I make any assumptions. Come on, Sagittarius. Come on over here. Let's get it. At least you guys are blatant about what you want to do. All right. So we got the Six of Wands out here. Leo energy. We got the Three of Wands. Aries energy. We got the Six of Swords. Aquarius energy. All right. Okay. We got the Six of Wands with the Leo. with the Jupiter. Then we got the Three of Wands with the Aries with the sun sign, with the fire sign, and looking to travel or looking off into looking off into the distance, pondering, wandering, that sort of thing. Not a lot of baggage, kind of like a utility pack, so things are packed tight. All right, so then we got the Six of Swords, and we got the Mercury energy, Aquarius, 636. 636, Sagittarius, 636. Look, I don't know. 366, 636, 63, 36. I don't know. 6, 6, 12 plus 3, that's 15. That's devil energy. Somebody is obsessed with all this. And I mean all this. Somebody's obsessed. Is a celebration or not a celebration? I don't know. Somebody's looking off into a distance. Somebody's worried about this. And someone wants to travel off to calmer waters. So someone's getting public recognition. Someone's off from the distance looking at this and pondering how they can either get to calmer waters, get in with this, or get over to calmer waters. I'm going to take it that someone wants to get off the calmer waters because some shit has started. While someone is getting public recognition, someone's off in the distance or looking to travel. I don't know if they're looking to travel toward the public recognition or they're looking to travel to calmer waters. They're looking for quiet. They're looking for a place to hide. Someone's running. Someone might be running. As the public recognition is something about the public recognition is making somebody want to go into calmer waters. So somebody stirred up some stuff. Okay, Sagittarius. So what we got in Sagittarius is public recognition, someone going off into the distance or someone coming in from a distance and someone going off the clear and calmer waters. And they look like they're taking their family too, because I see people in the boat going, right? And they're being protected. So someone's attempting to shield their family from whoever's public recognition. Someone doesn't want someone to see something. Okay, something is being cloaked in Sagittarius. So far, we got Leo, Aries, and Aquarius and Sagittarius. So all these could be separate people or someone with a lot of personalities trying their best to cloak some stuff while something is coming out in the public. Someone wants to get away from whatever this is that is being announced in the public for Sagittarius. It's two ways. Whatever this public recognition is, someone wants a part of it or someone wants to get the hell away from it because it's going to bring problems for them the more it comes out. Someone's public recognition is making someone who have to go into hiding in Sagittarius. This is what this is. This is what we know. Someone's definitely secrets, their secret life, they double life, whatever they got going on is definitely making someone go into hiding. Or I can put it this way. Someone celebrating life, meaning someone couldn't make them go into hiding, which means that now they got to go into calmer water because people know they couldn't make this person go into hiding. We got these two scenarios. Either somebody's public recognition is making someone go into hiding, or somebody's celebrating the fact that somebody got caught and now they got to go into hiding. This is what I got. This is what I got, okay? All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Sagittarius, what was that about? Hopefully you got your business on point, right? Don't be pulling up at Norma Jeans with them ones and them twins. I don't know where Norma Jeans just came. That's clean. Yeah, it's hygienic. It's hygienic. All right. So strength. Somebody need to be strong. Somebody gonna need to be strong. Well, sure, you got to be strong when you be going around them poles. You got to be strong or you're going to fall. Remember that stripper fell? I don't know, she was at Magic City and she went all the way to the top of the ceiling. And she was doing something on a split. And she dropped. And she started twerking. Like, it hurt so hard. She just was like... Oh shit. It's a stripper. I was trying to figure out why I said Norma Jeans because I ain't never been to Norma Jeans, but I always heard about it. I always heard about it. I had a girlfriend who used to always try to go strip at Shakumba's, right? And she always used to mention Norma Jeans. And I was like, I don't know. Because every time everybody mentioned Norma Jeans, it'd be some rough ass dudes mentioning Norma Jeans. It was some rough ass dudes at Shakumba's, right? So I go with her to Shakumba's that one. Oh my gosh, it was always a disaster. Every time we went, and I think Shakumba kind of liked me, but I think she told Shakumba that would lie on me about lie on me to Shakumba, so Shakumba wouldn't see me as the person that I was, because he didn't see her as nobody but a stripper, but she was stripping. So what the hell? Anyway, like I said, somebody fell. Somebody thought they was all that and they fell. Cause why did I get a picture of the stripper? She went up and she was doing her thing, and then she did the split, and then she came down and she bop, and it looked like it hurt so hard, and then she just started twerking. So somebody feelings got hurt so bad that they had to try to make it look like it was normal. They had to like try to make it seem like that was part of the show. So somebody got embarrassed. Okay, somebody got embarrassed. I didn't even get over the Capricorn yet. I'm still in Sagittarius. Somebody got embarrassed. They went real high and they dropped real low, but they couldn't show face. They couldn't show the fact that they got hurt in the process. So they had to put on a good face and keep it twerking. They had to make the show keep going on. Aww. When pussy popping on a handstand goes wrong. Woo! Wale. Hey, Wale. Is it bad that she never made love? She never did it. She never, baby. Is it bad? Dang. All right, Capricorn, let's go with you, baby. Let's go with you, baby. Let's go with you. And we got Scorpio, we got Sagittarius, and we got Aquarius back there with that old funky tails. All right, then we got the Hermit energy coming out here with the Scorpio with the Five of Cups. So somebody's definitely not thrown over all of their resources. They still got a couple of tricks in the bag. This is a wounded warrior, so they've been through this before. This is what they do, and they're always battle ready. So we got 595. We just had 636. Now we got 595. What's going on? 595. We got 595. 595. Somebody born in 95. Somebody May 95. Somebody May 95. May 59. If you born May 59, dang, you's an old hoe. God dang, you still running around in poles? God dang, you must got muscles. You got mouth. You got muscles. You got mouth and muscles. Maybe it's an old hoe taught you the game, and maybe you feel like you want to teach somebody the game, but you don't even know the game. She don't know the game. All of y'all need to retire because the game is moved on. All right, so we got 595. We got the Capricorn. What can I tell you about yourself, Capricorn? What can I tell you about yourself? We got Scorpio, we got Sagittarius, and we got Aquarius, and everything looks a bit cutthroat and sneaky. So you thought you was going to get off that pole and find love in the pit. A lot of these men been through you and a lot of other women before, so they already been battled, won, and through. So you feel as though you're going to wrestle somebody down with these swords because you got what they got. So imagine this. There's a stripper that met a man who got some money, and both of them are con artists in the same thing, but both of them think that they ready to con. They're going to con each other. The stripper thinks she's smarter than him, and he know he's smarter than the stripper. Both of them dumb together. Now, that's just my opinion. You can't tell me that this doesn't matter. So somebody's thrown over their cup of hearts and they tell themselves that they just going to be a player for the rest of their life. However, they still want to defeat people's hearts. So this is two people fighting over no heart. There's nothing I could really say. This is two scam artists, two con artists attempting to con each other with nothing to con each other out of. And this is usually dangerous for the people around because eventually when they feel it, they realize that they have nothing to con each other out of. They're going to start conning other people. And then they're going to jail. All right, so that's what's happening in Capricorn. Somebody thinks they're smarter than the average bear, and boo boo. What are you gonna do with that picnic basket? Call in the ranger. So they're going to get themselves caught up with the law eventually. We don't have to do anything for these people. We're just going to let them keep being as smart and as bright as they are. But if you come across these individuals, just know that when a person keeps thinking that they're smarter than you, please agree to play dumb and get your ass up on out of the way. Let them. Because if they were smarter than the average bear, why are they here? That's a real question. That's a real question. Why are they here? All right, so let's get on with the Aquarius. Woo, this seems to be like real cut alley right here. There's not a lot of love here. I don't do a lot of love readings any goddamn way, but dang, y'all heartless for summertime. Y'all is heartless. Y'all heartless as hell. I'm sorry, I didn't have the lip gloss that I wanted out, and you knew these lips have to be moisturized. All right. So Aquarius, what's up, babes? What's up? I'm gonna wake your weird ass up, all right? Because you like to be an alien. You like to be so damn different that you don't even realize that you put yourself in a situation. Okay, sweetie. You like to be so dang different. You ain't even realizing your haters is just planning on getting your last few pairs of tennis shoes. They looked at you, they saw the tip of your drawers in your pants, and they said, damn, I can't wait till that take them drawers off. I'm gonna wash them and put them on because I'm gonna try to get the same woman. I'm gonna try. You see, I can't wait till that girl take that wig off. I'm gonna dig in the trash and I'm gonna wash that wig off because I know her essence on it. I'm gonna go and wear it, and I'm gonna try to get the same men she get. I don't care if her residue's still on them. I want her energy. It ain't even usually about your partner. It's about what your partner does for you, that a person would definitely covet them. Okay. So pay attention to the details. Somebody's hanging around you and they're looking at your life like you don't deserve your life because they are going to try to finagle you out of it. And you make sure your partner is strong enough to know when there's an enemy in the encampment. Especially if you got an insecure partner who's just looking for extra. Yeah, they'll bite the bait. Definitely, they'll bite the bait. Okay, so let's go, Aquarius. Ooh, we've got confidence. We've got fresh perspective, and we've got 2 of Cups. So maybe someone is definitely thinking of love at the moment, but right now the love is for self. Somebody is definitely in self-love right now. They are enamored with their self. They are loving themselves. And this is good for Taurus season because this is right in alignment with Taurus season. Self-love is a thing, right? But just make sure that that self-love is respectful. It is not toxic. It is not overbearing. It is not confusing to you. It is not damaging to the point where you love yourself to the point where you neglect that you still have some lessons to learn. You still might need a salad. There are things that you still may need to learn. Okay. There are adjustments that need to be made. Self-love isn't just agreeing that you're the best creature on earth. Self-love is also agreeing that you are a creature who indeed still needs. Okay? All right. Let's go. So we got the Queen of Wands and we've got the Page of Wands and we've got the 2 of Cups. And I just explained it all to you, Aquarius. Some people are really returning back to their selves. Their inner selves is starting to show on the outer. They know who they are. It doesn't matter the skin color, the hair, the anything. They are who they are. Some people are really loving on themselves, and some people forgot. Some people are really realizing that they really forgot to love on themselves because they were too busy trying to love other people. They were too busy trying to give enough love so that a person could turn around and say, "You know what? I am appreciated. I appreciate you treating me like a human." Sometimes you got to let people let them go and be and see how the world would be had you not existed, so that they can realize, you know what, that person was making a difference in my life. When that person was around, I did feel a little bit more comfortable. Things like that. And sometimes you have to take back your energy and start loving on yourself. And this is what it looks like. This is the Aquarius reading in Taurus. And this is total alignment here. Someone is getting back their confidence. They're starting to realize who they were. Some people forgot who they were. They were so busy being around people who were just using them up, taking their ideas, taking their stance, using their perfume, picking their color palettes. Like, hey, you're starting to show up a lot like me and less like you. Some people are starting to realize that they've been so busy trying to help everybody else that they forgot to really help themselves. And now they're getting back to that. They're realizing, you know what? I'm not going to spend my last dollar on you. You can't have my last sip of juice. You understand? No, you can't borrow that purse because the last time you borrowed it, it came back with a funny smell. I don't want to hang out with you at the bar because you never really have enough money to have your own fun. Your fun usually puts me in the budget. You understand? Um, I don't like hanging out with people who are never hungry until I order my food and then they ask for a wing or two. I don't like that. So yeah, some people are starting to realize that they are the party. So why hang out with people if you are the party? And some people always want to party with you, but they never have the party. Yeah, some people are starting to realize that they should just hand the cup that they got to themselves. They would have been happier just keeping to themselves more often. Yes, sure, there are people that you would like to share with, but unfortunately, a lot of the selfish people kept people away from you because they didn't want them to share with you. They only wanted to be shared with. And you're trying to figure out why one person in a group receives from everybody, yet they hang with everybody separately. That's because they're selfish and they cherry pick people. They hang with people that have resources and they like to do it in a way that makes them think that they're gathering a group, but really, you all are a basket and they are picking, cherry picking everyone for everything. This person, if you should ever leave this person alone, you realize this person has nothing without your friendship or your group or your resources. There's a drain, there's a leak. Identify the leak. There's somebody who takes everybody's resources and goes about and talks to everyone separately about everybody. That's the person. They got a lot of friends. Lots and lots of friends. But they can't stay with all of them. They have to stay separate away from all of their friends because their friends, if they stayed around their friends long enough, their friends would get to realize that they're living off of them. Imagine one friend having everything because they siphoned off of 5 friends. There's someone out there that exists like that. There's someone out there that exists like that. There are a lot of romance thieves like that, a lot. They keep a lot of men and women in rotation is because they can tell you, I don't be up under you like that. Well, that's because you got a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, and a Sunday. You've got other places to be on those days. You understand? So pay attention. Okay, so let's get over to Pisces. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing today? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? Let's go. And we got Chariot and a Five of Swords. So this is fast moving and someone's getting the heck away. But someone has also got their defenses because they know if you double back, yeah, it's over. So someone knows that someone actually is up to that and they're just waiting for them to come back so that they can just slice and dice it. Like, yeah, I know what you've been doing and I don't like it, and they're going to end the friendship. So somebody gonna spin the block and somebody gonna get highly disappointed when they go to spin the block. Somebody's going to be ready with that block. Okay, I don't even need to know this. Yeah, definitely. So someone's losing sleep. Nine of Swords. We've got the Pisces here. Somebody's very clear about this, why they're losing sleep, and somebody's definitely got their defenses up due to it. A 97, 79. Somebody's born in 79. Somebody's born in 97. So somebody's 45, 46, 47. They're losing sleep. Gemini energy. And we've got Gemini to the Libra. Not Libra, Leo. Gemini to the Leo. So someone's losing a lot of sleep, up, anxiety, dark night of the soul. Someone has very good clarity, mental clarity, that they need to keep their guard up to either this Gemini or this Leo. Someone has their guard up to a Gemini or a Leo. This is Pisces. So Pisces could be highly intuitive, premonitions, things of that nature, messages. Someone's definitely highly intuitive in the Pisces. I don't know if they have Pisces, sun, moon, rising, take what resonates. Someone's definitely anxious, losing sleep, no sleep, anxiety, aching, pain, something, just it ain't right. Things ain't right. And there's somebody very clear that they need to keep their boundaries up, especially during that time. In the nighttime, when someone is up focusing, that's when they're doing their dark magic. That's when they're most emotional. That's when they're speaking a lot of curses and things of that nature. And someone is up at night with their guard up. Someone knows that someone is doing mental magic at night. And it's keeping someone up. Someone is doing a lot. They're doing energy work and they're doing work to make somebody lose sleep. So somebody is not able to sleep because someone is throwing something, some energy work at them at night, which is causing them to be paranoid and not get any rest. Somebody can't sleep. I got Gemini, Leo, Pisces. And somebody is very clear. Somebody is very got mental clarity as to this happening. Someone is very aware that somebody is the reason why they're not getting sleep. All right. There was no advice to give. It was the awareness that needed to happen. Ten of Swords, you hurt yourself. Aries. Carcass. What do you think about a carcass? You're beating a dead horse. So someone keeps trying to beat a dead horse. Someone keeps trying to do the same thing over and over again. And it's a carcass. Like it's a dead situation. Someone keeps trying to feed a dead situation. Queen of Wands here. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Someone tries to beat a dead situation, but someone has stepped into their confidence and they're mastering their coins and stuff. So in Aries season or Aries sun, moon, rising, Gemini, and we've got Virgo. Gemini, Virgo, and this is an Aries reading. Someone's beating a dead horse to death. Someone's mastering their money and someone just keeps wanting to repeat the same things over and over again. But someone's confident enough to walk away and go master themselves because ain't nobody got time for that. And this is what it is in Aries. Nobody has time for that. Someone's definitely beating on a dead horse. Let's go back to what I wrote earlier. Like I was saying, like I'm telling you, it be talking. Hold up. We gotta put the paper at? I had the paper and then I lost the damn paper. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Haha. I see you around town and I know you hold me. You wanna be a rock star real bad, show me. Front the fee, but the price angel numbers leading me. You had a hit. Had you hidden in the basement of your insecurities, you couldn't fight warfare, praying to a deity. But my crown been forged, and I'm who I'm supposed to be. Talk is cheap. You can be no kin to me. Yes, it is that deep. You can't pass no policy. I ain't letting nothing slide. It's a principality. You only beating dead horse cause it's only did to me. Yeah, you beating a dead horse. Your insecurities have you in the basement of yourselves, and this is why you keep doing it. You keep hoping that whatever you're doing is going to take the confidence and the focus away from this Empress. But you're the only one not focused. You're the only one getting exhausted by your own devices. So whatever's going on, take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries reading, Gemini, and Virgo. It is what it is. Find something else to do. Move around, move around, move around. All right, so now we're going to go into Taurus, which is Taurus today, May the 1st. This is Taurus season. And Taurus just jumped out with her own 3 cards, or his or her own cards. And all we got is a lot of intuition and motion going on out here. 40 minus 3, that's 30, what? 40, 39, 30, 37. 37. That's a 10. So somebody's wish fulfillment is actually I'm going to show you. Queen of Cups. She has the sun. And she has the moon. So, divine feminine is not only sovereign, she's tapped in and she's aware. And I say I have the Queen of Cups, Sun, Moon, Pisces. So there's high intuition, 311 as I look in the chat. There's very high tuition. There's very high elimination. There isn't a lot you're getting over the divine feminine's head, even though she has her head down and she's quite enamored in her own business. She knows what's going on. She still maintains her childlike innocence, even while knowing all these things are going on around her. And she's still able to navigate the darkness. Can be as domesticated as a dog, wild as a wolf, and can flow. Even a bottom feeder. Even a bottom feeder is enamored with the amount that she knows. Her wisdom is deep, so deep. I'm happy for you, divine feminine and Taurus, because this is a Taurus reading and all I see is Pisces. So divine feminines are being divine feminines. We have definitely decided to stay out of the way because I resonate with this. Let the things and the devices do what they do. Okay? Be a divine feminine. Divine feminine is all knowing, so she's really not going to say anything. She's not going to announce anything. It'll just happen. And she'll be in alignment. Go forth and be cute. All right, so let's go, Gemini. Let's go. Let's go, Gemini. Let's go. That Taurus reading was cute. It resonated, and it was awesome. Sun, Moon, Rising. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful reading for Taurus. Okay, Gemini. Somebody sneaky about the lovers. Somebody sneaking around your love life, Gemini. And someone thinks you're a fool, but you're going to take a chance and you're going to find real love. Okay, so someone sneaky in Aquarius energy sneaking around your love life, Gemini. I don't know if you need to know this. All right, lovers. There's always somebody trying to snake. a lover, right? There's always somebody trying to steal a lover, or somebody trying to wipe their booty, or try to spread their cologne, give your girl $1 with his cologne on it or something so he can give her a love spell, or somebody trying to pull up on your chick, or somebody trying to pull up on your dude. Well, look, somebody's being sneaky, right? And social media has made it very easy for people to be sneaky. They go on your spouse's page or somebody they think you like, and they hit like, or they follow them, or they get your guy or your girl to follow, however. And oh, well, you can't be too much of your girl, cause or can't be too much of your guy because they following me, or they hit like, or they like the picture and all that stuff. And that shit isn't even that deep. It's just a like. You understand? It's not that deep. But yeah, somebody's being very sneaky, and they're kind of trying to see where someone's love life is going so that they can sabotage it. Talk about fucking misery. That is miserable. So we've got this what, single white female, or what, fatal attraction type of situation out here, where the person is actually obsessed with, I don't know, just obsessed with sabotaging someone's love life because they haven't been able to find an authentic love life of their own. So because they can't have love, they don't want other people to have love or anything close like it. So they come in and they offer favors, they offer you name it. They try to pump somebody's head up, or they try to confuse somebody, or make somebody feel like they're lesser than. It works either way. Either you're going to make the woman feel lesser than the man, or you're going to feel the man make the man feel lesser than the woman, or you're going to do the opposite. You're going to tell the woman she's too good for him, or you're going to tell the man that he's too good for her, or vice versa. You're going to tell the woman that he don't think she's good enough, or you're going to tell a man that she don't think he's good enough. It's all type of snake bullshit. So if you're not speaking to the person who you really really want to date, and they're not telling you you're not good enough, and he's not telling you that all that bull stuff, don't take any words from any third parties, because you don't know what that person's motive is. Sometimes a person just doesn't want to see you happy, and they'll use you to make you unhappy. And sometimes the person doesn't want to see the other person happy, and they'll use you to make the other person unhappy, and vice versa. So what I'm saying is, stop letting people come in and destroy things for you. If you like that person, go talk to that person. One thing I did used to do that I learned that I shouldn't do now is stop telling people if I think a person is attractive or not. Either I go speak to them or I don't. Because if I tell somebody to the left of me or to the right to me that I think somebody's attractive, 9 times out of 10 is what's going to happen. They're going to go up into their head of devices, or their head of misery, and decide, I don't want her to speak to them. I wanted her to speak to me, or some other bullshit. And then you got to worry about them just doing all sorts of clown stuff because they just don't have a life. So I realized that I don't want to talk to anybody, because for some reason, clowns come next to me for some reason. I didn't ask you all to be over here. I actually just looked okay, and you guys came over, and I didn't tell you go away. But now, going forward, I'm just going to be mean, because leave me alone. Anyway, so in Gemini, you got somebody sneaking around your love life being a fucking hater, all because they don't want you to get down with the get down. They don't want to see you have a good life, but that doesn't secure necessarily their life at all. And they might even have a life. They just don't want to see you with a life. And God forbid their spouse finds out that they spend their double life worried about you. And then they get a jerk spouse that thinks that you're doing something, and not realizing that you have an obsessed maniac that you sleep with in bed that doesn't really love you. They just stay with you because they can't be with the person whose life that they're trying to ruin. This is true. I'm not the only person experiencing this. There are like thousands and thousands of people in the world who are going through the same thing. They have surrounded themselves with insecure people, not knowing that they were truly that insecure. So, someone's definitely going to have to guard their life and their love life from here on out, because there are people in this world who have a problem with happiness, and they seek to destroy anything that they see happy if they have no involvement in it. Happiness haters. It's the truth. So we've got the Seven of Swords. That's that sneaky bastard with the Aquarius energy running through, right? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, take what resonates. We don't know. All we know is it's a sneaky bastard that's running around behind the lovers. I got to cover up the little parts. Behind the lovers, which is the Gemini, and they're just trying to do their thing and love and relate in this world, but they've got a hater running around trying to put knives into all the opportunities because they don't want them people to have love. But I pray to God smites you from the earth, because why would you try to destroy something as good as love, especially if you've got love in your heart or in your life? If you have love in your life, why are you trying to destroy somebody else's? And if you don't have love in your life, it's quite obviously why. So you're going to have to take a chance and deal with people case by case scenario. You like them, you don't, whatever. Win, lose, or draw. If you plan on finding love, just know that you're not going to be able to plan it out or anything like that. You're either going to have it or you're not, because you have someone with a very sneaky, miserable spirit who is running around trying to curse your love life because no one loves them at all. I do not care how they try to paint it, how many pictures, how many diamond rings, how many marriages, how many sexual escapades they could post, they can get caught in or whatever. People do not love them. All they know is manipulation. People do not love them. They make themselves needed, and then they make themselves available. They make themselves the supply, and then they appreciate the demand. People do not love this person. This person does not know what love is because they have never experienced it. And because they've never experienced it, they don't want other people to get a whiff of it. Because if a person should get a whiff of it and be around them, they would obviously separate from that person. That person has poison running through their veins. Very much so. All right, so that's Gemini's reading. Gemini, be aware there is somebody who is trying to poison your love life, if not you. They just don't want you to experience love in this lifetime. Take it as it resonates. Somebody's really, really miserable, and they're going to hurt themselves by the amount of hate in their system. That is diabolical. All right, let's keep it going. Love no limit. Ooh, boy. Yeah, somebody's a blooming idiot, and I'm trying to tell you the amount of hate that's in them. They're going to end up counseling out themselves, because that was very, very intense hate that I felt in the Gemini reading. Someone really does not want that person to get no love at all. As if, like, if they get love, they're going to that person's going to turn into like the Wicked Witch of the West and say, "I'm melting, I'm melting. Oh my God, love, I'm melting." Well, in that case, hurry up and love that person so that person can melt faster. Shit. Let's go, Cancer. Let's go. Let's go, Cancer. How are we? Welcome. If you're just coming in, we are getting into Cancer, and we are going to end because we started in Libra. Yes, we did. I just got finished with Gemini, and Gemini's on the run. They're fugitive of love. Nobody wants them to have love because somebody said Geminis can't have love. Poor Gemini. But everybody's on there. Hate to say it. The more you try to keep love from Gemini, the more people are tempted, because that's what happens when you try to hold things up away from people. They're like, hey, what's so good about it that I can't have it? I've got to have it. And a lot of people want things that people try to keep away from them. So you're starting the supply and demand for the person that you don't want to have love. Isn't it interesting how you made that push and pull? Idiot. All right, so let's get over with Cancer. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and Four of Swords. All right. Not only do we have no heart out here, we're just getting the money, getting to the bag, and getting the hell away from you. So somebody's object of affection or their object of obsession, I should say, obsession, there somebody's object of obsession is definitely not thinking about you. They don't care. uh, this is a Cancer, Virgo, Aquarius, Libra. Yeah, they don't care. Somebody wants to get away from you. They've got money, they've got motion, and they're getting some rest and restoration. And they have found that they don't need your ass. You, your heart, your mouth, your butt, your your food, anything you have, you can keep it. They'll get it from somewhere else. All righty then. Yeah, somebody is done with you. 9664 6446 964. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you. This person is done with your obsession. They don't care anymore. So that 15 turns into a 19, turns into a 10. Wish fulfillment is to be left the hell alone. I ain't lying to you. Cancer, here we go. Cancer, Virgo, Aquarius, Libra. I just got out of Gemini, so it's safe to say this might be a trine. Divine feminine, divine masculine. You happy with what you got, you just want to be left alone. You are trying to be celibate. You actually don't even want love right now. You want everybody out of your face. Divine feminine, divine masculine is fed up, tired of all the people being in their face. They just want peace. Someone is actually just asking for peace. They don't want it one way or another. All they want is to wake up and have peace. Somebody is just asking for the flesh of their eyelids at night and nothing else. Oh, that's a wonderful way to be at this point sometimes. You know, this is Taurus season. And if you can't love on yourself, if you can't be by yourself, how are you going to get somebody to be in there with you? Okay. So definitely Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, go forth, hon. This is your time should be clearing up now because Aries has gone by. Time should be clearing up. Some people are happy doing their own things, having their own hobbies, rubbing their feet in their own sheets. You understand? Some people are all right. Okay. Learn to be with yourself. Okay. Because there's somebody that's just like you. And you guys will meet. It won't be that goofy love either. It'll be very logical. We've gotten too addicted to the hormones, the craziness, the toxic, the nerves, the dysregulated nervous system. What happened to some nice, cool, sweet, sit on the porch swing, drinking iced tea with a little thickness in there just to get that sweet across the tongue and let it sit on the palate? What happened to that type of fresh, sweet summer love? Yeah, we're getting back to that. But before we get back to that, some nervous systems have to be regulated. Can't keep drinking and smoking and partying to death. You can't do that. What happened to waking up and listening to the birds sing? What happened to hearing your own breath? Whatever happened to that? We used to be able to hear when somebody walked down the street because everything in the house wasn't so damn loud and forever going on. We used to could pay attention to the kids playing. We used to could hear a twig snap. I hear the birds now. Refreshing. You hear that? Yeah. That's your nervous system allowing you to pick up on things that aren't distracting, things that brought you happiness and wonder before. Remember, the color green, mm, it goes beyond measure. It's the grass, it's the trees, it's refreshing. Shoot, it was a state color before, but green, so versatile in its shades. Hmm. It grows, but it's also on the money. And now don't let that go over your head. All right, so let's get out of Cancer because Cancer was very, very resetting. It was very, very ASMR. It was very regulating. Okay. So let's get that. Let's get that flow going. I like that for you, Cancer. Rest and restoration. Someone is gone and sat down. Someone is that actually decided to bench themselves. You know, you do want to be in the game, but what game do you really want to be in? Bench yourself until the game is where you need it to be. So far, we've got 10 on the clock. I love it. Wish fulfillment, babes. Wish fulfillment. Let's come on, Leo. Let's come on, Big Cat. Let's go, Big Cat, because we started in Libra. So we're going to end off in Virgo. All right. Yeah. Hopefully it's a good thing. The Hierophant comes out. Okay, Leo, let's do it. Big Cat, let's do it. I like this. I like this. I like this, Leo. So we're getting our things in order, Leo. And the Hierophant represents the groups, the institutions, the morals, the values, religion, religare, you understand? It represents the way we see things in life, our morals, our values, the way people see us. Excuse me, the way the world receives us. So someone is definitely in Leo in this Taurus season getting their bully on. They are doing the work that they need to do to put themselves in this confident injustice stance. So there's a Leo that's constantly working to balance out the energies. They're working to balance out their life. They're working to balance out their finances. They're working to balance out if they would need to be in love or not, because that is a choice. Sometimes some people are smart enough to know that for them to be in love would mean that they would have to take away from the current situation that they are building upon. And love would distract them from the things that they needed to handle. Some people are that smart, right? Some people are that smart, and some people are smart enough that to know that if they don't get love in their life, they will be off kilter. So that's emotional intelligence. Some people know that they need to be alone while they go through some parts in life. And some people know exactly when love needs to come in because there's an imbalance that comes from not having love. And it doesn't always have to be romantic, it could just be platonic and maybe in business. But having something to love or something to put love into is definitely a necessity. Because if you got to hold all of your love to yourself, it could be damaging if you can't find something to love. Okay? So even if it's just that little color of blue, that little shade of blue, that little shop on the corner, that street you like to look down, the tree you like to gaze upon, that teacher you like to talk to, that book you like to walk with, that restaurant that serves that little drink or that food that you like. There's something that you do love. Love it. Love it fearlessly. Don't be ashamed of it. Love does not cause shame. Not real love, anyway. So if you're in a love and you see shame is with it, rethink that love, okay? That can't be love. Love is just so outrageously transparent, and it just has to be everywhere. It's like the best aroma and the starriest night and the glitterest glitter. Love is just wow. So if you're not, you can feel it, because love will have the non-love will have you confused, and non-love will make you jump through hoops that weren't necessarily there. So remember what love is and what love ain't. Okay? All right. So Leo is stepping into balance and confidence and actual self actualization and bringing justice to themselves. Because sometimes the closure really has to come from within. Okay? I have an email. You can like, share, subscribe, and you can also attach what you need, what you're asking in the email. I'll send you a price and let you know if I can help you or serve you. I do reserve the discretion on who I help because some people hold bad energies, unfortunately. So that is how we'll do that. Hopefully, this helps. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get over to Virgo, and that is our last thing. Oh, let me get the numbers for Libra, okay? 5 and 11. This is Taurus season. 5, the Queen of Wands. So somebody is definitely in control of their sacral energy, and Justice. 5, 11. That's 16, which turns into a 7. I forgot what the 16 was. The 16 is the Tower. So somebody's experiencing the Tower. So while on one side of this, Taurus, Libra, this is double Libra. This is a Libra reading. On the side of this is 5, 11. Shit. There's nothing I can say about it. Someone's trying to balance out their energies to bring themselves justice. Someone is trying to self-actualize and bring themselves justice. This is Taurus season. Take what resonates. Moon, sun, rising. I got Taurus and Libra. This is a Libra reading, and this is what it is. Someone is finally trying to bring closure and justice to themselves. They're balancing out their sacral energy. They're realizing they were dealing in the flesh, the carnal, which is just stuff of this earth, money, sex, power, control. Those are the sacral energies that they were trying to work through, and they're realizing that was no place to be. That was the weakest place to be. All right, so now let's go Virgo, and we're done. We're done. I didn't go as short as I would have liked to go today, but I guess this was needed. All right, so we've got Moon, Pisces, Leo, and Aries out here, 18, 7, and 4. We have the moon, which is highly intuitive in Virgo. So someone is very aware. They have their guard up. There's a Virgo that has their guard up to an emperor or emperor energy. The emperor can be a man or a woman. That's just somebody who wants to dominate and control everything. So there is a Virgo energy who is now starting to put their guard up to an emperor energy. Pisces, Leo, Pisces, Leo, Aries, and Virgo. Take what resonates, sun, moon, rising. There is now either a Virgo, Pisces, Leo, or Aries energy who has their guard up to an emperor energy who only wants to dominate. They want to control everybody's world because if they dominate, without them dominating, they cannot benefit from everybody else. Take what resonates, sun, moon, rising, Pisces, Leo, Aries, and Virgo. This is what I got. This is what it is. 18 plus 7, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Plus 4 is 29. Makes that 33. Someone is getting conscious. Someone is starting to be very, very conscious. Once you get up to 33, there is no denying that God is real and that you need to get right with them because somebody's been caught much in lacking when it comes to God because they're too busy trying to idealize whoever this emperor is, Whoever they call themselves giving a power to and surrendering to, that person is not God. You should not surrender yourself to man on this earth, because that person has flaws too, and you will fall under their karma if they are found wrong. So stop believing that people are above reproach. Whoever that person is, they're going to run you a list of sin, because you should not be bending to no man's will on this earth without going to God. And if that person is your God, you definitely ain't living right up on this earth. Somebody needs to hear this. You putting your guard up, but you really need to get this person away from you. If this person wants to dominate your world so that they can benefit out of it, you are totally out of alignment with God, because there should be no idolatry. There is no God above God, because God is a jealous God. So whatever you're doing, if you have somebody on this earth that got more say over you than Lord himself, you are absolutely in sin. That is haram. That is blasphemy. That person who call themselves your God, who think that they going to outrank God, going to tell you what to do because they said so. God, what? Yeah, somebody tripping. I'm gonna get on out of here, but somebody come up. Heck no. Because our God is an awesome God. He reigns forevermore. The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all